All right, welcome everybody for a Tuesday night matchup here. The Waconia Varsity hockey team, girls hockey team, taking on the Hopkins St. Louis Park Royals. Waconia at home tonight, the friendly confines of the Waconia Ice Arena. Looking to get going here, get a home W. Wildcats are going to take the ice, joined by their honorary captains. Take a quick warm-up lap, and we'll do player introductions and the national anthem and get into our broadcast. So we'll let the mic go here. We'll keep it live on and come back after the anthem.
Here's his record for listening Royals. In goal, scoreboard, 51, Harvard. And defense, scoreboard, 22, Real. And defense, senior, 24, Solid Sawyer. At forward, junior, 4, Deanna S. At forward, junior, Deanna Hopkins. And forward, sophomore, 36, Sophia Anson. In goal, sophomore, number 1, Scarlett Smith. And defense, 8th grader, number 8, Ella Peterson.
They're not going.
And defense, junior, 26, Kate Shishka. Left forward, senior, number 6, Taylor Cameron. And forward, sophomore, number 10, Becca Aid. And forward, sophomore, number 19, Adam Waconia.
I'm sorry.
This time, please rise. All right, we're about to get underway.
Teams will strap on the helmets and get ready to go. Interesting move by the Wildcats there.
Can you tell me if you know what that was about?
I guess I'm not aware of any pre-game strategy.
Is that a strategic move? Or
active move by the Wildcats to everybody hang tight on the goal line.
My thought is, was that a coach move? Was that a player? Maybe a player move?
Maybe we'll find out in a future broadcast. We may get a in between the period appearance by some of our captains. Again, we'll have to remember that question. So
that was not something I've seen before.
That's going to be a first for me too. But either way, we're ready to go. Wildcats are ready. Hopkins are back to their bench to get their helmets on, and we'll get going here for Tuesday night matchup. I believe the Hopkins St. Louis Park Royals are 3-3 on the season. Wildcats 2-4. Wildcats started out the season 2-0. Had a little stretch here, but working to correct that and get back on track against Hopkins. Get a home game before a little week break. Wildcats will be back on December 2nd in action at Simley, so Inver Grove Heights. Play a little bit of hockey before it's time to go eat some turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing. Wildcats will line up for the draw. Talon Kamarath at center. Becca Daney at wing with Maddie Lawagi at wing. Kashinska and Peterson at D. Puck drops. Puck back to Peterson. Peterson to Kashinska. Kashinska, puck's off the wall. That's caught by Hopkins, and they chip into the Waconia zone. Peterson retrieves. Reverses back to Kashinska. Kashinska head up pass. That one behind Lawagi, but it looks like it's going to hit just the side of the net. Looked like it almost hit the post, but side of the net is still icing, and the Wildcats will have a defensive zone faceoff. Teams line up. Waconia in their home whites. Hopkins, St. Louis Park in their orange road jerseys. Peterson with a power play to get that one out of the zone. Kamrath's going to carry that in the offensive zone. She reverses at the blue line. Cross-ice pass to Peterson. Peterson looks back to Kamrath. Kamrath had it in her backhand. That one trickles in. Lawagi had a chance at it. And Hopkins is out of the zone. Peterson got a piece of that one with her skate before she's dumped. Kashinska plays that one up the wall. Kamrath played that one out of the zone. Wildcats are going to change up their forwards. Rayfeld on the attack. That one's chipped into the zone by Hopkins. Kashinska's going to get first touch for the Wildcats. Kashinska chips that to the corner. Callie Linsing back to support. She plays that along the back wall to Herman. Herman passed to Rayfeld. She's able to chip that one ahead in the neutral zone, and just as quickly it's back in the Wildcats' end. Seraphin to Herman. Herman to Rayfeld. Rayfeld got a stick on that one. Rayfeld gives chase. Hopkins caught behind the blue line. They're going to tag up. Jelstad plays that one up the wall. Rayfeld on the back check. Forces a turnover. That one caught a piece of Herman. Herman battling on the blue line. That one's held in the zone by the Royals. Rayfeld ties up a Hopkins player. That loose puck goes to the point. Seraphin's able to clear the zone. Hopkins back on the attack. Shovel that one on to Scarlett Smith, getting the start tonight. Shot from deep, and that one gloved by Smith, and you get a stoppage of play at 14:46 remaining in the first period. Wildcats are going to come back with the Ertl line. We got Lucy Ertl taking the draw with Brockmeyer and Hen at wings. Ara Pena and Kate Kashinska at D. Off the draw, that one goes across the net front. Shot from the wall, that one sticked aside by Smith. Brockmeyer with the play up the wall. That one's played below the goal line by Kashinska. Kashinska has some room up the middle. Pass to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer has Hen going to the net. Pass to Hen. That one caught a Royal stick. Royal player slides into the back wall. She's up. Everybody's good. Good back check by Ertl. That one was off her shins. Played to Kaczynska. Brockmeyer to Hen. Hen gains the zone. Hen in pursuit. Good forecheck by 8th grader Brooklyn Hen. Daney fresh on the ice. Pena holds his own. Chips to Daney. Daney toe drags around orange jersey. Hopkins has the puck. They exit the zone. Wawagi's going to pick up the loose puck. Wawagi to Kamrath. Kamrath lowers his shoulder through the traffic. Puck's chipped ahead into the offensive zone and cleared. Hopkins moving through the neutral zone with speed. Nice play by Kamrath, able to chip that ahead to Daney. Daney dumps into the Royal zone. Royals reverse behind the net. Clean breakout for Hopkins. Shot from deep. That one's gloved by Smith. Covered and stoppage of play. 13:08 remaining in the first period. Wildcats line up for the draw. Sophomore Malin Rayfeld. The referees keeping everybody honest. Puck drops. Hopkins off the draw. Shot. That one deflected. Smith with the save. Rebound. Smith with another save. Smith looking sharp to start the game. Herman on the rush. It's caught in her skates. Pass back to Seraphin. Seraphin. Pass picked off by Hopkins. Rayfeld on the back check. Hopkins player couldn't pull the trigger there. Hopkins taking advantage of a loose puck. Shot, hits the crossbar, and that one's up in the netting. Wildcats are going to want to make sure that they're not overskating pucks, especially in the defensive zone. Play tight on that puck. Make sure you got possession and exit the zone with some clean breakouts. Wildcats change up their D. Gelstead and Pena on the ice. Puck cycled D to D by Hopkins. Low shot's going to be wide of the net. Pena hurries to the wall. Hopkins along the goal line. Rayfeld plays that one to the corner. Puck off the back of the net. Pena picks it up. Pena reverses. Back to Gelstead. Gelstead back to Pena. Pena spins. Centering pass from Hopkins hit Rayfeld's stick. Puck cycled high. Loose puck across the net front. Gelstead battles on the wall. Loose puck is going to rim around the wall to Herman. Herman chips ahead. That one's off a Linson stick, and she's able to get it across the red line. That's going to allow the Wildcats to get a change for a couple of their forwards. Loose puck picked up by Linson. Linson driving wide through the neutral zone. Pass to Ertl. Linson peels off for a shift. Hopkins forces the turnover. Kaczynska able to get the loose puck. Cycle to Peterson. Peterson ahead to Hen. Hen got a stick on that one. It's still up for grabs. Hopkins able to clear the zone. Kaczynska steps up in the play. Get a stick on that one. Force the turnover. Chance for the Royals. Shot and a save by Smith. Smith following the play closely. Squared up on the shot. No rebound to be seen. Wildcats change up the forwards. Be Kamrath, Daney, and Lawagi on the ice for your forwards with Peterson and Kaczynska. The D, Daney battles on the wall. Kamrath steps into support. Puck stays in the Wildcat zone, but Daney was able to get it out. Kamrath with the poke check. She's going to pick up the puck below the goal line. Kamrath to thread the needle on a pass. Wagi comes back for the loose puck. Wagi gains the red line. She shovels into the zone. Kamrath on the attack. That one's cleared by the Royals. Milwaukee back to Kaczynska. Kaczynska pass to Peterson. Peterson chips ahead into the zone. Camerath able to get a stick on that one, force the turnover. That's going to allow Daney to pick it up behind the net. Daney pass off the wall to Jelstad. She collects, shot low. That one hits traffic. Hopkins exits the zone. They gain the red line. They dunk. Smith gets the touch, allows Seraphin to pick up the loose puck. Seraphin on her backhand. Lawagi on the wall. Looks for support. Lawagi tripped up. Nice play by Hopkins at the blue line. Shot. That one's blocked by Jelstad. Puck flutters in on Smith, and she's able to catch it. Get a stoppage of play. 9:46 remaining in the first period. All zeros here in Waconia. Shots on goal in favor of Hopkins. 7-1 to Waconia. Hopkins low, pass to the middle. That one skips off a stick and finds the sidewall. Hopkins worked the puck low in Waconia's zone. Kaczynska. Pass to Herman. Herman back to Kaczynska. Kaczynska pushes the puck through the middle. Strong on the puck, stays in the play. Kaczynska works the sidewall, pass to Herman. Herman cycles back down low, throws it in the vicinity of Linsing. Linsing picks it up off the wall. Poke checked by Hopkins. Hopkins has it below the goal line. Playing a little bit of catch back and forth, wing to D. Hopkins able to escape the zone. Loose puck's going to come back to the Waconia defense. Kaczynska has it. Cycles to Peterson. Peterson tip in the neutral zone by Herman. Chance for the Royals. Shot. Glove saved by Smith. Shot may have been coming in a little bit high. Smith able to get a good look at it, make the glove save, and give the Wildcats a chance to change up their lines. Lawagi got a piece of a chance for the Royals. Shot stick to side. Chance, rebound, save. Looks like Hopkins is going to go on the penalty kill. Waconia will get a power play. Cross-checking will be the call. I didn't see who got hit, but there's a quick sequence there in front of the Wildcat net.
I was thinking it was Lawagi. I'm not sure.
Wow. Great saves by Scarlett Smith.
Very good save. That one was right out front.
Yeah, a couple shots, close quarters. Wildcats on the power play. Off the draw, puck comes to the point. That one intercepted, a chance for the Royals. Kaczynska back checking. Shot saved by Smith. Like she was going 5-0. Smith shut it down. Daney picks up the loose puck. She's off to the races. Daney drives wide, gains his own. Cycles the puck to Kaczynska. Kaczynska to Rayfeld. Rayfeld, shot, save. Lawagi looking for the tip there. Nice transition by the Wildcats. Smith, another great save, shutting down on the breakaway. Wildcats, minute 35 remaining on the power play. Off the draw, Wildcats win it. Puck back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld, pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska to Daney. Daney back to Kaczynska. Kaczynska, shot to goal! Wildcats strike first. Power play goal, Kate Kaczynska, assist to Becca Daney. I think Kate Kaczynska was due. First goal of the season for Kate. She's had a lot of good looks. I don't even know the shots on goal, but there's been a lot of them, and I believe she's hit a couple crossbars. Definitely a goal the Wildcats need. Hopefully this jump starts them. Keep on rolling. Puck drops. Brockmeyer picks up the loose puck. Enters the zone. Pulls up. Chips that one to the high slot. Broken out by the Royals. Waconia on the back check here. Jelstad pushes the play to the outside. Good stick by Peterson and Henn. Ertl playing below the goal line. Brockmeyer back to Ertl. Ertl boxes out. She's able to get that one ahead to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer Makes the pass to Hen. Hen plays that one off the skate. Hen drives wide. Hen lowers the shoulder. Puck played behind the Hopkins net. Poke check by Brockmeyer. That one's going to clear the zone, but Kaczynski's able to pick up the loose puck. Hopkins on the attack. Shot wide of the net. Brockmeyer, Ertl, and Kaczynski have numbers in that battle, and Wildcats are able to clear. That one's going to be icing. 6:49 remaining in the first period. Wildcat forwards. Malin Rayfeld on the draw. Callie Linsing and Cora Herman at wing with Olivia Serafin and Kate Kaczynski at D. Puck drops. Rayfeld able to tie up. Rayfeld kicks it to her forehand. Rayfeld plays to Kaczynski behind the net. Kaczynski looks middle. Pass up ice to Linsing. Linsing has to come back for it. Linsing plays that one up the wall. Rayfeld able to get a tough stick on it, but it's back in the zone. Serafin able to retrieve. Serafin reverses. Serafin back below the goal line. Off the back wall to Kaczynski. Chip back in the zone by Hopkins. Serafin. Nice cut to the middle. Olivia Serafin on the attack. Linsing picks it up, has it on the blue line. Cycles back low. Rayfeld, Mohawks, backhand. Puck poke checked away by Hopkins, and they're out of the zone. Good stick by Ainsley Jelstad. Pass hits some traffic. Jelstad able to get the next touch on it. Linsing works into the zone. Puck poke checked away. Herman steps up, forces the turnover. Hopkins on the regroup. Wildcats are going to change up their line. Drive wide, pass. Caught a piece of Jelstad. She played that one up to the point. Puck played back in by Hopkins. Centering pass is going to miss the mark. Milwaukee's going to get to the loose puck. Milwaukee pass to Daney. Daney catches that one on her forehand. Tries to chip that one around the defender. Puck played behind the net. Camrath's going to get to it. Camrath. Daney with the poke check. That one plays to the corner, and Hopkins reverses it back behind their net. Just passing the 5-minute mark remaining in the first period. Hopkins, nice pass through the neutral zone. Poke check by Peterson. Wagi able to clear the zone. Hopkins still pinned behind the blue line. Ertl's going to hop on the ice. She gets a stick on it. Wagi ties up. They help on the wall. Puck battle right in front of the Waconia bench. Hopkins comes out with it. Wagi has it. Wagi at the end of her shift gains the zone. Clears. Nice play. She might have been able to draw a penalty there. Hopkins able to break out of the zone. Hopkins crosses in the Waconia blue line. Hen was covering at D. Loose puck chipped out of the zone by Ertl. Puck back to the middle. Brockmeyer got tied up there. Hen on the poke check. Loose puck's going to come to Kaczynski. Kaczynski to Peterson. Pass intercepted. Poke check by Kaczynski. Brockmeyer, nice play. Good patience with the puck. Able to get possession and clear the zone. Brockmeyer fighting through a check. Hen's going to come in to help. That one is played to the Hopkins defense. Good poke check by Rayfeld to force a turnover. Hopkins able to escape the attack. Nice play by Linsing. Get possession of the puck there. A lot of changes of possessions here late in the third period. Jelstad fighting for possession. Rayfeld comes in to help. Hopkins player hits the referee. Wildcats able to take advantage of that. Jelstad to Herman. Herman trying to exit the zone. That one's shipped back in. Jelstad has it. Jelstad pass in the middle. Rayfeld able to get a stick on it. Herman has it. Retreats into the Wildcat zone. Herman pass to Linsing. Lensing drives on her backhand. Herman steps in to help. Puck played back to Lensing. Lensing looking to the middle. Shot by Seraphin and glove save.
Good back and forth.
Yeah, Wildcats and Hopkins getting some chances here. End-to-end hockey here. 2:28 left in the first period. Puck drops. Camrath had gotten that one to the wall. That one chipped up the wall by the Royals. Hopkins on the attack. Good back check by Waconia. Shot. That one caught a piece of Pena. Puck's behind the net. Camrath has it. Camrath reverses at the goal line. Pass to Pena. Pena steps out. Hopkins 2-on-1 chance. Centering opportunity. That one played below the goal line. Centering pass. That one caught a piece of Camrath. Rebound. Saved by Smith. Scarlett Smith, Starfish, able to get it. Puck still loose. Smith was able to get a leg on it. Crowd is just giving her an ovation. Camrath clears his own. Daney comes back for it. Daney plays up to Loggy. Loggy may be able to get a shot off on a 1-on-5. That one played back. Puck chipped ahead. Rayfeld holds his own. Poke check by Hopkins. Rayfeld on the forecheck. Still on the attack. Rayfeld able to force the turnover. That one chipped ahead by Lensing. Wildcats going to get a power play. Lensing got her bell rung there.
That is pure frustration.
Yes.
Right there.
Wildcats just heavy on the forecheck on those defense. Rayfeld and Lensing just going to work. But got to pay respect to Scarlett Smith. I don't know how she made that save. I think she popped an eye hip out of socket. Got a leg across, pad save, and from her back probably made another save with a skate. Wildcats on the power play. Face off won by Herman. Ertl pass to Peterson at the point. Peterson surveys the situation. Walks down low to pass to Jelstad. Back to Peterson. Peterson finds Herman. Herman fights through a stick check. Chance rebound by Lensing. That one on the goal line. Still tangled up in Lensing. Herman picks up the loose puck. Wildcats on the attack. Shot low. Kick save. Wildcats, 45 seconds. They're going to finish this period on the power play. Lensing reverses goal line pass. That one hits traffic. Nice glove catch by Peterson. Shot. That one hits traffic. Hopkins tries to play it to the opposite corner, but that one headed off by Herman. Herman pinned down the wall. Jelstad trying to help. 20 seconds left in the period. Hopkins trying to clear. Herman has it. Herman fighting through a stick check. Hooking. Wildcats draw another penalty. Puck is going to get touched up by Hopkins, and Wildcats will finish the period. 5-on-3, 8.6 seconds left. Cora Herman, Callie Lensing, the whole power play unit having a shift. Playing strong on the puck, able to force a turnover, a penalty. Wildcats get a 5-on-3 opportunity here. It doesn't take long to score a goal. Taylor Camrath on the draw. That one to the wall to Daney. Daney pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska shot. That one rebound loose but covered.
Smart play by getting at least one shot off.
Absolutely. Kaczynska had Lawagi out in front too, just trying to take away the vision of the Hopkins goaltender. Good shot on that. This rebound was covered. Puck drops. It's going to roll on to the Hopkins net. And that'll do it for the first period. Wildcats ahead of Hopkins here. 1-0 to end the first period. They have 45 seconds of the 5-on-3 power play to start the second. We'll leave the mic on for a couple seconds as the teams exit the ice, and then we'll go radio silent and come back to the second period. All right, well, welcome back, everybody, for the second period. We've got about 5 minutes before the game resumes, and we have a quick little in-between period interview with members of the Waconia U12A team. As I may add, recent Owatonna O-Town shootout champions. So, yeah, huge compliments to you guys on a great tournament. I got to call a couple of those games, and they were pretty good. So, I mean, overall, how were your guys' thoughts on how the tournament went? I mean, Taylor, you can go first.
I think we did really good. I thought we talked a lot better and had good flow in the tournament than we have in past games.
What were your takeaways?
I think that we played pretty well, except the Elk River game. I think we should have won that, but otherwise we did pretty good.
I think we moved the puck better.
Boys. I think we found each other on the ice better.
We got a lot more shots and rebounds and stuff. That's pretty dang good.
Yeah, and I may add too, the tie game against Elk River was a really hard-fought game too, one of the tougher games of the season. Very physical. So,
You like my toy?
so what do you guys think about the physicality of the season and how it's getting kind of amped up on the girls' side of the game?
Ooh, I got a good one.
I think we have a couple short people that need to fix it because this is U12A, not 10A, so they need to grow a few inches.
I think the physicality is helping us because I feel like we play more aggressive when it's more physical.
I agree with Taylor on that one. I think we just need to play the body more.
I think when we're more physical, the other team gets more scared.
I think we do pretty good. I got a body checking penalty. These kids can do a little more, but it's okay.
Well, everybody's a good teammate here, so awesome. So, I mean, what was the best thing about Owatonna? What would you guys think?
The
microphone.
Tournament.
Winning the tournament?
Winning.
Yeah.
I like winning.
The airheads my dad bought me.
Yeah. What about the hotel? What would you rate that
Oh, I
on a
like
scale
it.
of
I like
25?
a 5 out of 10.
I like the waffles.
I don't get to go with people.
I like the waffles in the pool.
Really short.
Yeah, that's right. So, Zolina, you sustained an injury during the tournament. What was it?
It was fine. I just got it wrapped up and then.
No, what was in your
My thumbnail bent all the way back, and it was painful, but it wasn't that bad.
That sounds like torture, but you were still able to. I think you ended up coming back with a hat trick that next game too. So, awesome. Well done. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us. Thanks for supporting the varsity team. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
You like my toy?
Yeah, he's great.
He's
All right,
pretty
good.
cool.
We'll come back here in 2 minutes for the start of the second period. All right, buzzer sounds. We're back for the second period. Wildcats up over Hopkins, 1-0 after one period. Amazing play by Scarlett Smith. A couple acrobatic saves. Wildcats staying a little zone time there close to the end of the period. Shots on goal in favor of Hopkins. The Wildcats bringing that tally up. They're at 7. They get 45 seconds of a 5-on-3 power play. A whole lot of ice available for the Wildcats.
Oh, I like that lineup.
Lining up Rayfeld in the slot receiver position. Puck won by the Wildcats. Kaczynska to Rayfeld. Rayfeld enters the zone. Pass to Daney. Daney hustles to gain possession. It's a look in the corner. Pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska to Rayfeld. Rayfeld back to Kaczynska. Back to Rayfeld off her skate. Played to Daney. Daney on the wall. Daney back to Kaczynska. Kaczynska to Rayfeld. Rayfeld to Daney. Daney shot. That one hit traffic. Picked up by Kamrath. Kaczynska back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld circles. Pass on to Kamrath. Kamrath shot, toe save. Lawagi gets to the puck first for the Wildcats. Back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld down low to Lawagi. Royals get one player back on the power play. Penalty kill. Kaczynska back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska down low to Daney. Daney to Rayfeld. Kaczynska steps down in the zone. Kaczynska back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld sidesteps a defender. Pass intercepted. Royals on the attack. That one is poke checked away by Kamrath. Kaczynska starts the rush. Kaczynska pass to Daney. Daney shot blocked. Clearing attempt is kept into the zone by Kaczynska. Kaczynska creates some space. Rayfeld has it. Rayfeld walks the wall. Rayfeld on her backhand regroups. Pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld shot just wide of the net. That's going to ring up the wall, and Kaczynska's going to get there. 33 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. Puck played below the goal line. Wagi pins an orange jersey on the wall. Kamrath jumps on the loose puck, finds Daney on the wall. Kaczynska to Rayfeld. Rayfeld shot. Rebound. Save to the corner. Daney hustles. Puck protects. Nifty play to gain possession. She throws that one across ice. That's going to come out of the zone. Rayfeld trying to get a stick on it. That one played ahead into the Waconia zone. Poke check by Kaczynska. Rayfeld looks up ice for Lawagi. That one's intercepted. Poke check by Kaczynska. Shot deflected. Saved by Smith. Hopkins circles. Shot blocked by Rayfeld. That one's behind the net. Centering pass picked off by Lawagi.
Who's tired? Needs to get off.
Shot high off the glass. Tired legs for Waconia. See if they can clear the zone here. And Cora Herman able to get a stick on it. And that one is battle on the blue line. Chance for Hopkins. Shot. Blocker saved by Smith. Hopkins is going to get a change. Wildcats can get an ice. That one played off of Herman's stick, but it's going to be icing on the Wildcats. And a little tense down there around the Wildcat zone. Long shift. 13:45 remaining in the second period. Line's a little jumbled. We'll have Talon Kamrath at center with Brooklyn Head and Ella Brockmeyer at wings. Pena and Jelstead at D. Puck drops. Hen picks up a loose puck, and she's able to move that to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer crosses the red line.
Brooks a little step ahead.
Ridden off the puck, and Hen was just a little bit ahead of the play, but neutral zone face-off for the Wildcats here. Puck drops. Hopkins able to clear it into the neutral zone. Puck chipped deep into the Waconia end. Puck played to the point. Back down low. Puck off the back walls. Pena got a stick on that. Saucer pass to the point. D-to-D cycle. Justin able to force a turnover. Pass to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer works up the wall. Camrath picks up the loose puck on the wall, moves cross ice. Camrath slew-footed. That's going to be a penalty on Hopkins. See if Camrath's okay. Moves off the ice. She got feet taken right out from underneath her. Actually, it was a 50-50. Nothing happened there. So it's 5-on-5 hockey. Malin Rayfeld on the draw with Cora Herman and Linsing at wings. Peterson and Kaczynska as D. Rayfeld with pressure. Herman able to step in with support. Hopkins clean breakout. Push through the neutral zone. Here comes Rayfeld driving into the offensive zone. Rayfeld drives wide. Passing attempt. Linsing got a stick on it. Rayfeld able to keep possession. Herman makes a play on the wall. Rayfeld picks up the loose puck. Rayfeld looked for the shot attempt, fanned on it. That one played over the blue line. Hopkins, player, they lose an edge. Still played into Waconia zone, but Kate Kaczynska able to get the loose puck. Here comes Kaczynska, drives wide, pulls up at the blue line. Reverses on the wall, throws deep. Wildcats overskate that puck, and it's broken out by Hopkins. Hopkins shovels that one across the red line, and Seraphin has it. She's moving her feet through the neutral zone. Chips around the defense. Seraphin has Daney in support down low. Camrath picks that pass off, and she chips ahead in the corner. Daney on the poke check. That one turned over in a dangerous area. Milwaukee able to hold the zone. She dumps that one deep. Hopkins will get first touch, but Camrath's on the attack. Camrath pins that one on the wall with her skate. Daney has it on the goal line. Daney Milwaukee. Seraphin pinches. Daney on the back check. Wildcats playing physical here in the second period. Be an icing on Hopkins. Offensive zone face-off for the Wildcats. It'd be Lucy Ertl, Ella Brockmeyer, and Brooklyn Henn. Your forwards with Kaczynska and Peterson at deep. Puck drops. Ertl ties up. Hopkins able to jump on a loose puck. There through the neutral zone with speed. That one offsides on Hopkins. Kaczynska, that one finds Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer pulls up on the wall. Brockmeyer to Ertl. Ertl pulls up in the corner. And on the back check, Hopkins still able to exit the zone. Poke check by Peterson, and Smith plays that one to the corner. Puck held in the zone by Hopkins. Kaczynska to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer pins that one on the wall. Just about to pass the 10-minute mark here in the second period. Centering attempt, that one hits traffic. Brockmeyer reverses the play behind the Waconia net to Peterson. Poke checked away. Waconia trying to push the attack to the outside. Hopkins still able to get a chance. That one gloved by Smith. Rebound was loose. Hopkins threatening. Pass from low. Puck is still loose in the slot. Shot saved by Smith. Scarlett Smith just holding the line. Playing a strong angle, and that one just hit her high, and she's able to get the glove on it. And
curious if she knows where the puck is or if she's just putting herself in the right spot.
That's a good question.
Because I can't even see them.
Yeah, it's ricocheting around, and she's calm in the midst of the storm. Rayfeld ties up on the draw. That allows Herman to pick up the loose puck. Herman fights through a check. She chips that one deep into the zone. Linsing on the forecheck. Herman has it. Herman works low to high. Jelstead shot deflected. That one's picked up by Herman. Herman shot sticked away by the Hopkins goaltender, and that's going to be a assist to the goalie on the breakout. Linsing on the back check. Jelstead gets a poke check on it. Still a 50-50 battle. Pena picks up the puck in the corner. Pena forced to reverse. Pass to Linsing, collected. That one's played off the wall and held in the zone. Hopkins chips deep. Jelstead's going to get to that first for Waconia. Plays it up the wall to Herman. Herman pass to Rayfeld. Rayfeld moves through the neutral zone with speed. Rayfeld drives wide. Lowers the shoulder. Pass to Linsing. That one's happened a couple times now, and you think it's going to click soon. Rayfeld gets a stick on that to play back to Kaczynska. Kaczynska sidesteps an orange jersey. Kaczynska steps middle. Shot. Caught a piece of goaltender. Rebound by Milwaukee and covered. Yeah. Got to get the second one here. Got to get the second one. Camrath lines up to take the draw. Bouncing puck. Hopkins able to reverse D to D. Milwaukee got a stick on that. Shot. High. And that one's into the netting. Milwaukee got a stick on the breakout attempt, and that one careened back to Camrath. She stepped down to the tops of the circles and fired the shot. Sustained pressure for the Wildcats. Puck drops. Hopkins off the draw. Pass is going to travel the length of the ice. The icing. Back in the Hopkins zone. Wildcats will change up their forwards. Ertl, Hen, and Ava Brandt forwards. With Kaczynska and Peterson at D. Big, strong line for the Wildcats out right now. Physical line right there. Brooklyn Hen right off the draw. Peterson walks the blue line. Chance for a backhand. Peterson pushed into the goaltender. The 8th graders playing pretty physical. Kaczynska telling Peterson, hey, keep working. Confident play by some young hockey players. I think you do that enough times, you get in the other team's head, and be surprised what opportunities open up. Another good physical play by Ertl. Taking on 2 players. Brandt battling through traffic. Look at this forecheck by the Wildcats. Hen on the back check. Comes Hopkins, setting up into Waconia zone. Pass to D. Hen closes down that gap. Brandt able to chip that one over the zone. Brandt's going to give chase. This puck picked up by Kaczynska, and she's tripped. Wildcats back on the power play. 7:03 remaining in the second.
Got to do something with these penalties there.
Let's use it.
We're coming. We're getting chances.
Yeah, it feels like it's more pucks on net, and just there's big bodies in front of the net for Waconia, and it's they can box out and just get the puck on their forehand and hammer home a rebound or get a tip. Just keep battling out front. Daney picks up the loose puck, pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska back to Daney. Daney spins off an attacker. It's body position. Milwaukee picks up the loose puck. Milwaukee to Rayfeld. That one is out of the zone. Rayfeld back to Kaczynska. Kashinska to Kamrath. Kamrath plays that one to the middle. She's going to have to give a chase for it. That one batted away at the blue line. Back into the zone. Rayfeld can pick up a full head of steam and drive into the offensive zone. She carries that one in with her to her backhand. Rayfeld, backhand attempt blocked. Daney picks up the loose puck. Daney to Kashinska. Kashinska to Rayfeld. Rayfeld passed down low to Lawagi. Lawagi back to Malin Rayfeld. Back to Kashinska. Sorry, Lawagi to Kamrath. Wildcats moving the puck faster than I can talk.
It's a good setup.
Yep. Plenty of time remaining on the power play. See if the Wildcats can keep this up. Looks like they're finding their stride on the power play. Puck drops one by Kamrath. Rayfeld has it. She walks low. Shot. Glove save. Kamrath took out a couple there off of the faceoff. The shooting lane open up for number 12 there from the point. Kamrath clean off the draw to Rayfeld to Kashinska. Blocker save. Daney battling on the wall. Kamrath, smart play to jump down and help. That one shipped out of the zone. Rayfeld mohawks out, picks up the loose puck and chips it ahead to Lawagi. Lawagi, little touch pass to Kamrath. Rayfeld steps down into play. Rayfeld, pass centering pass. That one caught a skate. Clearing attempt high off the glass, and the Wildcats have to retreat. 30 seconds left on the power play. Kashinska reverses behind the net. She starts the rush. Has Daney on one wing, Rayfeld on the other. Kashinska walks into the zone. Pass to Rayfeld. Rayfeld back to Kashinska. Kashinska to Daney. Daney, shot, glove save. Rayfeld tries to center it. That one saved on the goal line. Woo!
I couldn't have missed by much.
Yeah, you get pretty can't get much closer than that. Puck covered on the goal line. Like Rayfeld leaned ahead to swat that one to the net front. It was just covered at the last second. 8 seconds remaining on the power play for the Wildcats. They've got to watch out behind them because a player will be coming on the ice. Play moves into the neutral zone, and Hopkins on the attack. Ertl playing strong, pushes the attack to the outside. Hopkins still battling below the goal line, but Ertl and Peterson going to work physically for the Wildcats here. Ertl to Brandt. That one kicked off at the blue line. Shot low, sticked away by Smith. Puck kicked out of the air by Peterson. Smith is locked in. Saw that one. Bouncing puck from the blue line and corralled the rebound and covered for a stoppage play. Wildcats will change up forwards. A slight shuffling of the lines here, too, coming off the power play. We'll have Rayfeld at center with Herman and Brockmeyer at wings. Kashinska and Serafin at D. Rayfeld wins it to Serafin. Serafin, she chips that one to zone. Rayfeld on the forecheck. That's going to be icing on Hopkins. Good pressure by Waconia. Rayfeld getting out there on the play. And puck was thrown in from behind the red line. The offensive zone faceoff for the Wildcats. Give a couple quick shout-outs to our sponsors for the Waconia Blue Line Club. Garage Bar and Bowl being one of them here in Waconia. Glad to have you. Face-off, won by Rayfeld to Serafin. Pass to Kashinska. Kashinska able to hold it at the blue line. Wildcats tag up. Pass to Serafin in the slot. Shot low, hits a skate. Herman gives chase. Rayfeld steps in his port. Rayfeld picks up the puck. Passing attempt to Brockmeyer. Hit traffic. Kashinska picks up the loose puck. That one just wide of the net. Wildcats keep the pressure on Rayfeld on the forecheck. That one intercepted by Herman, or caught Herman high, and that one's still below the goal line. Kashinska pinches. Wildcats making the zone really small for Hopkins right now. Kashinska pinned on the wall. Rayfeld and Herman stepping in to help. Loose puck picked up by Hopkins. They reverse behind their net. Serafin's going to pinch. Nice play by Serafin. Herman has the puck. Herman works around an orange jersey. Herman plays that one to Serafin. Serafin from the point. That one hits traffic. Puck's going to roll into the corner. Brockmeyer ties up. Gelstead, nice pinch. That one played into Gelstead. Gelstead looks at options. Shot blocked. Gelstead able to keep possession. Wildcats tag up. Gelstead drives middle, pass to Camrath. Camrath. Shot hits the side of the net. That one played up the wall by Hopkins. They're going to clear. Gelstead. Looks like Byron Buxton there. Gelstead picks up the puck. Springs Camrath. Wildcats caught the Royals in a change. Shot played to the corner. Pena pinches. Nice physical play by Becca Daney there on the wall. Daney's back up on her feet. Kashinska steps into a passing lane, and Wildcats back in the offensive zone. Daney works down low. Kashinska on the wall. Steps middle. Shot. Glove save. Late in the second period, Wildcats threatening to get the second one on the board. Shots on goal, 23-20 in favor of Hopkins. The Wildcats, they're closing down the gap here.
Absolutely. That gap was half what it was.
Yeah, quite a bit bigger. Chance for the Wildcats off the draw. Shot by Herman. Referee's going to get a stoppage of play here. It looks like Herman and Rayfeld got tangled up. I don't know if he called it down or if the netting, the net came off its moorings, but Wildcats able to reset. Puck drops. 50-50 battle. Hopkins come out with it. Rayfeld hustles in for the stick lift, forces a turnover. Kashinska battling on the wall. Linsing. Rayfeld battling for the loose pucker. That's Herman. Herman holds the zone. Rayfeld caught behind the blue line. That one, nice patient play by Herman to go to Peterson. Peterson chips deep into the zone. That one's rimmed up the wall. Rayfeld able to get a stick on it. Hopkins gains control. Cross-ice pass is going to get picked up on the wall by Kashinska. Kashinska plays it ahead, and that one is held in at the blue line by Herman. Herman to Rayfeld. Rayfeld shot. Glove save. Quick transition game by the Wildcats, staying on the attack here late in the second period.
Lots of pressure late here in the second.
Nice to go up a couple goals before the period. Camrath line gets next crack at it. Wildcat defense playing a good, strong, in-your-face physical hockey game today. Not making it easy for Hopkins to get around him. Look at Daney working on the wall. Wildcats working for possession. 1 minute remaining in the period. Chance here for Hopkins. Drive low. Smith just playing confident tonight. She didn't get drawn across the crease at all. There was that shot hit her right square in the Wildcat logo. Defensive change here. Peterson and Kashinska on ice. Poke check by Camrath. That's the Daney. Daney has the Jets. Battling on the wall. Puck goes into the offensive zone. Good pressure by Camrath. Fluttering puck to Kashinska. Kashinska ridden off the puck. Hopkins able to sidestep Milwaukee. 2-on-1 opportunity. Peterson plays that one strong. Kicks it to the wall, staying in the play. 14 seconds remaining. Pass, centering passes. I think that one caught a piece of Kaczynska's skate. Battle for possession here. Dangerous area to lose the puck. Puck cleared by Lawagi. That's going to do it for 2 periods. Wildcats having a strong showing here in the second period. Game is still 1-0 in favor of Waconia, but as we mentioned, the shots on goals, those kind of equaled out. We'll just see who's going to win the third period.
Yeah, the way they're playing now, Waconia's on top just with gameplay. They were down by 10 shots, I should say, easy. Yeah. And I don't think Hopkins got much more than one shot in the second half of that period.
Get an opponent on the back foot, you just got to deliver the knockout punch. So hopefully the Wildcats can do a few of those in the third period. So leave the mic on for the exit. We'll come back for the third period as soon as the ice is resurfaced. All right, back to the third period. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Wildcats stepping back on the ice. 40 seconds and counting on the clock before the buzzer sounds, and we get ready for the third period. Got a couple extra seconds here, so we'll give a quick shout out to another one of our sponsors for the Waconia Girls Blue Line varsity team, the Stash business here in Waconia, Minnesota. Great place to go get yourself some Wildcats swag. Great place to do some gift shopping. Holidays coming up here, so make sure to swing by, and thank you to the Stash for all your support. Wildcats ready to go here for the third period. Fans jazzed up, probably already in holiday mode. I think I was in holiday mode at about 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, do we have to work tomorrow?
And I still have to work tomorrow. Puck drops, Camrath, Wagi. Puck rolls into the Waconia zone. Kaczynska plays that one ahead to Wagi. Wagi pushing the pile up the wall. Camrath gets a stick on it. Daney's on the attack. Kaczynska's going to pinch. Wildcats gain the zone. Kaczynska works behind the net on her backhand. Throws it back to Camrath. Camrath's shot, save. Wildcats gain the rebound. Camrath cycles to the point. Kaczynska shot! Hits both crossbars! Daney with the rebound. Daney works up the wall, chips back down low. Lawagi's going to hustle to that one. Chance for Hopkins here. Peterson on the back check. Great play by number 8. Shot wide by Hopkins. That one's going to rim around the wall and out of the zone. Lawagi's going to stay on the attack. Puck played off the back wall by Hopkins. They reverse. Hopkins cross-ice pass is going to be icing. Fresh sheet of ice, and puck travels fast. Wildcats get an offensive zone face-off. 15:47 remaining in the third, just getting started here.
A two-post shot from Kaczynska.
Yeah, you got to put some serious English on it to cover 2 posts. What do we got here? So it's going to be a penalty on Hopkins St. Louis Park Royals. Wildcats bring out their power play unit. Not sure what the call was, but we'll take it. Puck drops. Won by Camrath to Rayfeld. Rayfeld shot, hits traffic. Lawagi, loose puck, picked up, pass to Rayfeld. Rayfeld back to Lawagi. Wagi wins the puck battle on the wall, works that back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld walks it low, pass to Kaczynska. Kaczynska back to Rayfeld. Rayfeld, puck poke check. Hopkins off to the races. Kaczynska on the back check. Poke checks that one away. Wildcats dodge a bullet. Rayfeld works on the wall. Daney picks up the puck. Daney drives into the zone. Shot wide of the net. That one's going to rim around the wall. Held in the zone. Pops out. Kaczynska regroups. Pass to Rayfeld. Rayfeld walks into the zone. That one's poke checked away. Dumped by Camrath. Wildcats have a minute remaining on the power play. Herman plays that to Peterson. Peterson plays it ahead to Ertl. Ertl got a stick on it. She was ahead of the red line. And played up the wall, and Peterson pinched. Herman steps in to support. Linson came in on the back check, and Jelstad picks up a loose puck. Wildcats have 27 seconds left in the power play. Shot by Herman. Stick save into the corner. Lensing works behind the net. Pass to Herman. Herman back to Lensing. Lensing back to Herman. It's like they've done that a couple times before. Good poke check by Jelstad, forces the turnover. Jelstad driving on her backhand side. Ertl steps in to help. Loose puck. Held in on the wall by Peterson. Sorry, Herman. Penalty expires. Both teams even strength. Hopkins drives middle. Poke check by Jelstad. Hopkins still able to get possession. They work below the goal line. Iwagi backhands that one to Lensing. Lensing chips up the wall. Iwagi's fresh on the ice. Staying in the attack. Camerath as well. That one's played behind the net by Hopkins. Pena steps up in the play.
Thanks to the ref.
Yep. Becca. Shot just wide of the net. Daney picks up her own rebound. Daney drives high, plays it to the wall. That one picked up by Hopkins. Shinska pinches. That one goes out of the zone, and Pena is going to retreat. Quick transition by Pena. Pass to Kashinska. Goes in front of the Waconia bench. Pena behind her net. Pass up the wall to Daney. It's held in by Hopkins. Yeah, Waconia was playing themselves shorthanded for no reason there momentarily. Nice poke check by Smith. Same by Daney. They're pushing the attack to the outside. Daney knocks a player off balance, and puck's cleared. Going to be icing on the Wildcats, but Scarlett Smith helping her own cause. There was a centering pass attempt, and she got a stick on it before it could travel to the high slot for a possible one-timer.
That first goal, was that a power play goal?
I believe it was.
We had a lot of chances.
Yep.
She should find the back.
Shots all evened up at 25 apiece. Hopkins work along the goal line. Shot, short side attempt. Chest protector saved by Smith. And able to exit the zone. Hopkins force a turnover, and they're on the attack. Puck changes hands a couple times. Here's a chance for Hopkins. Centering attempt, shot wide of the net. Seraphin reverses, spins off an attacker. Seraphin rims that one up the wall to Hen. Puck played ahead by Ertl just momentarily, kicked ahead by Jelstad. Pass doesn't connect. Centering pass is going to move through the slot out to the point for Hopkins. Hopkins, goal line attempt, shot, short side, save. Work down low, second attempt. They have found a little bit of daylight along the post, and Hopkins ties it up one apiece.
A little breakdown in coverage there.
Yeah, it felt like the
Just kind of let her go.
Royals got a couple extra attempts they shouldn't have there. Turns into a goal. Team's all knotted up.
See how Waconia responds.
Yep, it's all about how you respond. And then first minute after a goal, anything can happen. Here come the Wildcats. Kashinska drives wide. Rayfeld goes to the net hard. Pass intercepted by Hopkins. Peterson falls. 2-on-0. Smith! I don't know. Did she get a piece of that? Pass from Herman to Lensing. Wildcats back into the zone. Comes Lensing. Drives behind the Hopkins net. Puck poke checked away. Played to the corner to Rayfeld. Rayfeld, toe drag. Poke checked away. Puck played up the wall. McLean plays it in the zone. Rayfeld on her backhand. Weaves through traffic. Shot by Lensing wide of the net. Hopkins work behind their net. Pass off the wall. That one is going to be held in by Jelstad. Rayfeld picks it up. Rayfeld, toe drag attempt, poke check, shot by Jelstad, tipped by, I believe that was Herman. Herman walks into the zone. Herman, pass to McLean. McLean, shot, glove save. So how you respond after a goal is important, and
was a good response.
getting a response.
Shots are tied.
All evened up on shots on goal, 27 apiece for Hopkins and Waconia. It's passing the 10-minute mark in the third period. Peterson on the pinch. That one's played up ice. It's going to be a foot race. Icing is called. Good hustle by number 4 for Hopkins. Kashinska was racing back with her, and ice is still just fresh enough to get that one over the goal line. Camrath, Daney, and Milwaukee, your forwards with Peterson and Kashinska. Slap shot, blocked. A tie up in front of the Hopkins bench. Back check by the Wildcats, Camrath and Milwaukee. Daney, good stick work. Camrath kicks that one ahead. Hopkins player has to tag up. Good poke check by Peterson. Here come the Royal shot blocker saved by Smith. Kashinska pass to Milwaukee. That one is played back into the zone, and Peterson steps to the middle, chips that one ahead to Camrath. Camrath. Puck got a little bit ahead of her, and Hopkins able to take advantage of a little soft forecheck by the Wildcats, and they're on the attack. Behind the net from the goal line. Smith got a piece of that one. Jelstad works out of the zone, shipped ahead to Lensing. Wildcats will finish their change. Lensing stays on the attack. That one's out of the zone. Loose puck is going to come back to the Waconia defense. Ara Pena picks it up. She moves behind her net, looks for a breakout option. Poke check by Herman. Herman has numbers. Wildcats on the attack. Herman drives wide, pass to Rayfeld. That one's through the slot. Loose puck goes to the corner and played out of the zone. Kashinska regrouped to Peterson. Peterson chips that one ahead. Puck's in the zone. Out of the zone. Hopkins drives wide, chance here. Good back check by Ava Brandt. Good stick work. Going to be a penalty. Hooking penalty. Brandt, good hustle, getting back in the play. Feels like there's been a few of those that haven't really been called, just catching the replay. I mean, from the replay that we're able to see, it looked like Brandt was able to lift the stick, and then the players got tied up, and both went down. But hooking penalty on the Wildcats, still shorthanded. 7:51 remaining in the third period. Daney and Milwaukee at forwards. Shot from the point, stick saved by Smith. Peterson and Kashinska at D. Loose puck rolls to Milwaukee. She plays that one up the wall. Milwaukee strong on the puck, clears. Daney's going to give chase. Daney on the attack. Staying on the back check. That one, referee doesn't catch that one. Stick got knocked out of Daney's hands by a player who's behind the plate. Kashinska on the back check. Good poke check. Backhand attempt, saved by Smith. Wildcats clear, and it looks like we'll get a slashing penalty on Daney. Wildcats are going to be down 2 players for a minute 19.
That's unfortunate because they missed the one against her.
Yeah, that
Got her for it.
that was pretty much right in front of the referee too. Wildcats got to answer. Got to hold the line. Rayfeld to take the draw. Jelstad and Kashinska at D. Puck cycle to the point. Rayfeld gets a stick on it. Rayfeld with the loose puck. Rayfeld on her backhand. Drives, clears the zone. Rayfeld tries to stay in the attack. And Hopkins Royals are caught in on behind the blue line. Good hustle by number 12. Puck drops, tied up by Rayfeld, one back by Kushinska. Wildcats clear. Hopkins, long pass. Kushinska on the poke check. Boxes out, clearing attempt. Rayfeld's going to go for it. Puck played by the goaltender. Rayfeld picks up the loose puck. Rayfeld hit hard. Big collision. Trainer's coming out onto the ice. And we'll see how this goes. Coach, our trainer Crust is out there to attend to Malin Rayfeld down on the ice. Hard hit. Strong forecheck, able to try to force a turnover, but collision. She rolled over.
After a little bit of time, Ellen Rayfeld appears to be skating under her own power. She took a hard hit. Looked like a collision that nobody really saw coming. Hopefully not too worse for wear, but she's taking a seat on the bench. Guessing she's done for the night. We got 6 minutes left. Still a 5-on-3. Hopkins up through the zone. Working on setting up their power play. Through the high slot. Swiped away by Kamrath. Kashinska takes it away in the corner. Tries to ring it up the boards. Not going to make it out. Hopkins sends it back down to the half wall. Up through the slot. Shot off some skates and cleared by Kamrath. Goalie will play it. It is now 5-on-4 as one of the penalties expires. Nice play by Gelstad. And Waconia clears. It looks like, I didn't see this, but it looks like they put a player in the box for that hit. I don't recall seeing a penalty during play, but they may have discussed it. So it is currently 4-on-4. 1 second left. Now Waconia, full strength, and a 5-on-4 for 40 seconds. Hopkins up through the zone. Shot sticked by Ella Peterson. Backhand played away by Smith. Belstad looking high. She's got Lawagi. Nothing able to be done. We're currently offside. Oh, that was offside, but they called it onside. Hopkins through the neutral zone. Still 5 seconds left on the 5-on-4. Shot wide. And that'll clear the zone. Herman on the forecheck. Nice. Almost was able to take that away right at the blue line. Back to Kashinska, to LP, up through the middle, looking for Waconia, looking for Herman. Herman gets it anyway, down in the corner, back to Kashinska. Shot just sticked away by Hopkins. Cleared out into the neutral zone. LP up and into the bench. We'll have a defensive zone face-off. Hopkins through the zone with a shot, stopped by Smith.
Yeah, quick report from the injury tent.
Yeah, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, it's put her through a battery of tests. It's just checking to see how her neck's feeling and arms and all that stuff. Legs are feeling good, so just really knocked for a loop.
All right.
But we'll see. Our trainer Crest is still putting her through the battery tests, and she's in good hands. I'll take a deep breath, and we'll get back to the game. Wildcats battle down low, and that one is played up to Brockmeyer. It looks like both players get their cages connected, and pleasantries are exchanged. Pena battling down low. Pad save by Smith. Another pad save. Second rebound. Hen pull checks that one out of the zone. Hen's on the attack. Hopkins on the regroup. Shot, high slot, glove save. Rebound picked up by Kashinska. Kashinska stays in the play, chips that one up, and that's just cleared over the blue line, and Hen's going to apply pressure. Hopkins on the attack. Shot, glove save by Scarlett Smith. 2:36 remaining in the third period.
A couple of very nice saves from Scarlett there.
Yeah, pad save, pad save. Going to be a battle to the end for this one. Herman lines up on the draw, has Beatty and Lensing at wings. Shot hits traffic, loose puck. Smith stands her ground. This might turn into a little rivalry. This might be a good one to see carry forward into the season. Puck drops, shot wide of the net. Lensing plays the puck low to Kashinska. Kashinska. It's a little bit of distance out of the zone, plays that one ahead, crosses back over the blue line. Herman regroups to Kashinska. Kashinska plays that one up the wall. Kashinska steps down in the play, cuts to the slot, shot, hits traffic wide of the net. Pass is out of the zone. Peterson's back to collect. Peterson pass to Kashinska. Kashinska. Puck cleared into the Waconia zone. No icing. Peterson looked for Daney. That one's into the neutral zone, and the Royals regroup. Royals work low. Shot. Rebound saved by Smith. Smith covers up the rebound. Scarlett's on. Those ones start looking second nature. It's a tough game by the Wildcats. Strong performance up and down the roster. Shot wide. Myrtle caught a stick up high. Puck played to Camrath. Wildcats are going to go on the power play. Puck touched up by Hopkins, and I believe it'll be a high stick. Puck came up in high on Ertl's face mask. If there's ever time to score a power play goal, it's now. Minute and 1 second remaining in regulation. Yeah, good news. You look across ice, you can see Rayfeld's up on her feet. Standing next to Bagenstos. Puck drops. Played to the point. Daney picks it up. Daney goes to Kashinska. Kashinska back to Daney. Daney shot blocked. Clearing attempt intercepted by Kate Kashinska. Daney switches places with her. Pass down low. Picked up by Hopkins. Hopkins shot, glove saved by Smith. Here come the Wildcats. Kashinska's going to lug that one up ice. Stick check. Momentarily lost possession. She picked it up, moves it to Maddie Lawagi. Lawagi pulls up on the wall. Pass back to Daney. Daney to Kashinska. Kashinska works middle. Saucer pass to Daney off her stick to Lawagi. 10 seconds left. Camrath. Here comes Herman. Centering pass is not going to hit the mark, and the Wildcats going to have to settle for a tie. Hard-fought game between these two teams. We get to do overtime. This is my first varsity overtime.
All right, well, here we go.
So Minnesota State High School League. We're a couple of youth hockey coaches here. We're not really sure what happens next.
I was going to say, I didn't know if it was overtime or not.
Yeah, usually I don't know. Usually we go home.
Yeah, right? Please. Everybody's not happy or sad. They're just like, yeah.
I guess I don't even know if this is going to be I'm assuming it's a 5-on-4. I don't know if there are any special rules for overtime, like a 4-on-4 or 3-on-3. That's just an NHL thing.
3-on-3 would be fun. Let's see if that's.
That'd be pretty wild. However, it ends up Wildcats on the power play for 40 seconds.
That was counting down, so I'm not sure.
That must be a short intermission.
Assuming Rayfeld's done for the day.
Yeah, she's probably going to take the rest of the night off. Too bad she has her driver's test tomorrow, too. She's up now. I can laugh a little bit about it, but yeah, it's definitely a tough situation. I'll openly acknowledge that. But yeah, tough kid.
Looks like they put 59 seconds back on the penalty.
Yeah, some of the time it ticked off along with the clock, intermission clock. Looks like it's been corrected at the score table. The timekeeper.
It's interesting how the momentum swings. You can see by the goals. We were tied at the shots on goal, 27-27 at one time. We haven't had a shot since.
Yeah, the momentum swing is sometimes drastic, and Hopkins created a little bit of separation there. Wildcats able to get into overtime, and it's a new period, new game. Next goal wins. Will be 5-on-5. Smith is like, yep, I'm taking this one. All right, now we're ready to go. It's going to be a 5-on-4 power play for the Wildcats, 59 seconds. 8 minutes on the clock for overtime. Wildcats win the draw. Kaczynska sidesteps an orange jersey. Wildcats working at the zone. Kaczynska retreats to the wall. That one's passed down to Lawagi. Lawagi back to the point. Kaczynska's going to collect. Daney works to the top. Kaczynska and Daney switch spots. One-timer attempt. A little bit out ahead of Kaczynska. That one's played to Cora Herman in the corner. Herman to Kaczynska. Kaczynska shot through traffic. That one glove saved in the corner. Lawagi to Daney. Daney cycles low. Kamrat's going to hustle to that one. Plays it to Lawagi. Wildcats keep possession. Pass to Daney. Back to Kaczynska. Daney, low shot. Block save. Loose puck. Late whistle. Wildcats got a couple extra cracks at it. That one's underneath the Hopkins goaltender. 12 seconds left on the power play. Wildcats need to be careful of that player coming out of the box. Face off won by Kamrat to Daney. Kaczynska to Lawagi. Lawagi pass. Found a Hopkins stick. 1 second remaining on the power play. Even strength hockey for here in overtime. Kaczynska takes an angle. Chance for the Royals. Smith poke checks that one away. Daney plays it up the wall. Lawagi's working through an orange jersey. Poke check by Danny. Here comes Herman. Herman drives wide, pulls up. To Danny. Jelstead, shot blocked. Going to be a foot race for the puck. Wildcats have numbers. Shot, blocker saved by Smith. Poke check by Jelstead. Nice physical play, gets it to Ertl. Ertl starts up ice for the Wildcats, plays it ahead to Lensing. That one, poke check at the blue line, going to be offsides. 6 minutes and 2 seconds. Our extra hockey. Wildcat forwards, Lucy Ertl, Ava Brandt, and Callie Lensing, Ella Peterson, and Ainsley Jelstead at D. Jelstead picks up the puck. Pass cross ice to Peterson. Peterson enters the zone. Peterson drives wide, drop pass to Lensing. Lensing to Peterson. Peterson finds a loose puck, works behind the Hopkins goal. Peterson wheels and deals on her backhand, reverses back up the wall. Hopkins is going to read that, and they're out of the zone. Ertl's going to take an angle here. Puck played off the side of the net. Lensing picks up the loose puck. Clearing attempt picked off by Hopkins. Lensing with pressure. Puck played below the goal line. Jelstead muscles that one out of the zone. Brandt trying to take away passing lane. Hopkins 3-on-2 opportunity. Shot, glove save by Smith.
Like a little confusion.
Yeah, and
What do you think the line, changing the lines up? Do you think that's...
I mean, it's coming with whoever's hot in overtime. I mean, sometimes that's a good one too, just based on how the first 3 periods. Shot tipped wide of the net. Shinska wins the one-on-one battle. Saucer pass to Milwaukee.
Mayfeld, we down to sing.
Yeah, that is true. Shot by Hand! Hand with the game on her stick and a glove save. Oh, man. Yeah, Wildcats did lose a center. Malin Rayfeld going down in the 3rd period. To reach deep into the bench. Strong effort to finish this game up. Shot blocked by Hopkins. Mania battle shot. Good back check by Hen. She got a stick on that one and plays in the corner. Hen pushing the play forward. That one is picked off by Kashinska, running around the wall by Hopkins. Hopkins behind the Waconia net, pass in the high slot, shot, blocked. Pena with the loose puck. Pena lost an edge. Shinska helps recover the puck for Waconia, and she's going to start up ice. Puck off of Hen's skate. Hopkins regroups in the neutral zone. Start the attack. Shinska poke check, went to Kamrath momentarily. Puck's off of Luagi's stick and held in the zone by Hopkins. Kamrath's going to opt for the icing on this one, change up the lines for Waconia. .322 left in overtime. Cora Herman lines up to take the draw. Daney jumps on the loose puck. That one's played over the blue line. Back into the Waconia zone. Jelstead on the retrieval. Cora Herman fighting through a hold. Daney with the puck. Daney shot. Loose. Daney picks up the rebound. Behind the net. 2 minutes and 58 seconds in overtime. Jelstead shot blocked. Poke check attempt by Peterson. Puck played to an open orange jersey. They drive, shot wide of the net. Herman got a stick on it and was able to get that one out of the zone. Hopkins, scoring opportunity, cut to the middle. Jelstad, great play on the stick. Wildcats still have to defend. Smith covers up. Got to get the break in this one. 2:24 left in overtime. Oh man, what a game. Gamrath wins the draw to Kaczynska. Kaczynska works behind the net. Shovels that one ahead of Wagi, but that one's tied up. Pass to the slot. Seraphin moves that one to the corner. Ertl works up the wall. Chips out of the zone. Wildcats have to put pressure on here. They can't stop at the red line. Puck is off of the Wagi stick into the Waconia end. Kaczynska, backhand pass up the wall to Ertl. Ertl clears the zone. Ertl pushes the pile. Camrath leaves it ahead to Lawagi. Lawagi reverses on the wall. Camrath working to get position, and Ertl's going to give chase. Seraphin on the pinch. Hopkins shot. Tough break for the Wildcats. That one deflected in off of possibly it maybe hit Kaczynska, but puck bounced at a goofy angle and it skipped on a short side. Yeah, just a bouncing puck. Just a bouncing puck. Hopped up over the pad of Smith, and that's going to do it for this one. Wildcats drop a heartbreaker. 2-1 to the Hopkins Royals. Silver linings, looks like Rayfeld's back on the ice either for the handshake line. But tough game, definitely a game the Wildcats fought for, and as you take it and you do something with it and you keep building on it. So that'll do it for tonight. We'll leave the mic on. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back to take a short break for a week. Wildcats are back on the road next Tuesday against Simley. So thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next time. All right.